South Korea, recognized as the home of martial arts in all of Asia, is preparing for the homecoming of one of its greatest martial artists of our time, Grandmaster Kwang Choi. The excitement is building for all of his instructors and students, who for the last 20 years have been preparing for this monumental event, which will change the course of martial arts history forever. More than a homecoming, it is a reunion of a grandmaster and his amazing journey with his people, his past, and the origin of a revolution. What is this revolution? It is a powerful discovery, a life-affirming philosophy. It is a natural evolution based on ancient wisdom and discipline. It is the change that was inevitable in the world of martial arts. It is Choi Kwang.
Hi, Rick Bell here, longtime martial artist and former professional kickboxer. I wanted to take just a little bit of time today and tell you about one of the, I think, the greatest discoveries I made in my martial arts career, and that was meeting Grandmaster Choi and discovering Choi Kwang. You see, my background was in Taekwondo, traditional Taekwondo, and I migrated from that into boxing. As a professional boxer, professional kickboxer, and I trained in professional boxing gyms. When I met Grandmaster Choi, that was the first time I'd ever seen anyone take and systemize boxing and martial arts and basically body mechanics that in a way that totally complemented the natural movement of a person's body. I've got to tell you, it revolutionized and changed my life and the way I think of martial arts. Grandmaster Choi, congratulations on something that potentially can change the martial arts world.
Choi Kwang has already been introduced to Korea. Grandmaster Choi is taking it to the next level by hosting a seminar and introducing his teachings to all of South Korea and the martial arts community. The event will be held at the prestigious Korean National Sports University. Here, the top athletes from all over South Korea come to pursue education and training in Taekwondo, dance, physical education, and other majors. It is in this renowned facility Grandmaster Choi, at last, will be able to share his extraordinary approach to martial arts. Even though Choi Kwang has taken the West by storm, acceptance of this new and revolutionary martial art did not come easy for Grandmaster Choi. When Grandmaster Choi introduced Choi Kwang to the world of martial arts in 1987, many of his colleagues were unprepared to accept his new and innovative concepts. During that era, Taekwondo, karate, and martial arts in general had gained new popularity due to the success of martial arts movies and promotions of the sport in America. Choi Kwang is an evolved and scientific form of martial art. His peers advised Grandmaster Choi to teach his approach under the name Taekwondo, because it was already well known. If you change the name, they warned, you will most certainly fail. But Grandmaster Choi knew that Choi Kwang would not fail, because it had already done for him what he knew it would do for others. It had given him a way to heal the pain in his body. It had given him a way to defend himself without injury. It had given him a way to practice martial art throughout his entire lifetime, no matter how long he lived. At the age of 45, it gave him a new life. Kwang Choi was bitterly disappointed that the hierarchy of the martial arts governing body rejected Choi Kwang.
Hi, my name is Dot Stoddard. I've been training with Sajinam Choi since September 16, 1981. When I began, he was teaching Taekwondo and was hands down the premier master sent by General Choi Hong-hee to help spread Taekwondo around the world. Together with my husband, I achieved the rank of Second Dan Chief Instructor in Taekwondo. As we began to make plans to open our first school, Master Choi introduced his new training concepts and techniques. I can still recall the sparkle in his eyes and the joy in his voice as we trained and talked late into the night about his revolutionary new martial art. Shortly after introducing Choi Kwang Master Choi confided to his instructors that he and his new style of training had been rejected by the martial art world and by his Korean colleagues. I will never forget how this rejection hurt him deeply. Here was the master instructor my family had come to know and love, quietly suffering. He had helped me through so many difficult times in my life, but I felt so helpless to ease his burden of rejection.
Nonetheless, Grandmaster Choi persevered. The Choi Kwang Do motto, Pil Sung, which means certain victory, to never give up, is the backbone of Grandmaster Choi and is reflected in the attitude of all Choi Kwang Do students. Today, many world-renowned martial artists travel far to learn from and train with Grandmaster Choi.
My journey of self-discovery started some 24 years ago. During that time, I practiced various disciplines of martial arts in pursuit of never obtainable state of perfection. Strength, knowledge, and my spiritual development. It's not until I met Grandmaster Kwang Choi that I realized that I had gaps missing within my journey. Ever since then, I have been practicing Choi Kwang Do and filled those gaps that had been missing. In a short period of time since I was introduced to Choi Kwang Do, I had been traveling extensively to grasp as much knowledge and experience of Choi Kwang Do as I possibly can. And the more I practice, the more addicted I get. I can never get enough. So far, I've traveled to USA twice, to Moldova and the UK. And I'm looking forward to the very big project and seminar in Korea. And thereafter, do anything within my powers to spread the word of Choi Kwang Do. Life is forever changing and evolving. Most martial arts are trapped in time. They practice same movements that were practiced for centuries ago. If we observe other sports that have evolved and progressed, sports people are breaking records every year because we have more knowledge on human anatomy, sports science, kinesiology. And this knowledge and advancement has been applied to these various sports to make them more efficient, better, faster, more powerful. Choi Kwang Do is one of the only, if not the only martial art in the world where Grandmaster Kwang Choi very wisely incorporated the knowledge we have nowadays to make Choi Kwang Do the most advanced martial art there is today. That is there to nurture us as people, mentally, physically and spiritually, for vitality, health